I've been through a lot and I've experienced a lot, just even in my 30th year of life. And it came with a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, a lot of tears, a lot of frustration, but also a lot of happiness and joy. But I can say the one thing, the truly and honestly, the one thing that I said that I'm going to do for myself going forward, and what has already made such a big difference in my life, and I just started doing it within the past couple weeks, is not worrying. And I know it sounds silly, it sounds like, oh, but to say you're not going to worry about anything and to truly not worry about anything is a big difference. I was someone who would always not necessarily think the worst of the worst, but I'm a realist. I like to see things for what it is. And the things that I was going through within the past couple of months, it was really hard for me to just get out of myself and to really understand that, better is coming, more is coming, better opportunities are coming. I just have to stay level-headed. I have to stay positive. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, that was so hard for me. It was so hard for me because when you are someone who goes through something, whether it's a layoff or just something that just happens and it just completely shakes up your world, it's hard for you to really get back into that rhythm of understanding and knowing that things are good no matter what you're facing. And I think what God has been showing me in this season and telling me is to not worry. I saw this meme somewhere and it said, worrying is like praying for bad things to happen. And I saw it multiple times before. And I kept reading it. And yes, it hit. But for some reason, the last time that I saw it, it really hit. It really resonated. And I'm like, wait, why am I worrying? Truly, why am I worrying? What good does adding any amount of worrying, that doesn't add any value or any worth to my life, to my calling, to what God has for me? And there's been instances that I've seen within the past couple of weeks where I literally said, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm doing what I can, and that's it. Why continue to stress over things that are out of my control? And y'all know that I have a part-time job now. And I knew as soon as I got a part-time job, that God would be like, let me show you how good it can get if you just stop worrying, listen to me, and do exactly what I tell you to do. They're not trying to let me over. And I said, okay, God, all right, sure. No matter what I see in, my bank account, no matter what I see in my business bank account, no matter what bills I have and stuff that are upcoming, no matter any of that, right? I'm just I'm going to be taken care of. I put it out there in the universe. I proclaimed it. And I just knew that God was going to take care of me, because if you think about it, he's never not taken care of me, ever. Yes, there's been moments where I've been just very selfish and just in my head about a lot of things. But this one in particular, I say, I'm not going to worry. I am not going to worry. And I've had 2 people reach out to me because they want me to do social media services for them. 2 people. This is on top of the part-time job, like I said, that isn't as favorable as I want it to be, but I'm thankful for it. I thank God for it. So the 2 inquiries on top of the part-time, as well as some other stuff, some other gigs. And I'm like, God, I don't know. Oh, as well as my business. My business right now is, I don't know what God is doing in that, but he's doing a lot of something. And things have just been going nonstop. And if you know me, I'm a person who needs to slow down all the time, but I also need to see motion. Because when I see motion and when I'm in motion, that's when I feel better in my groove. That's when I feel like I am, going forward. When I feel like I've just and like and positivity all around, just having structure, right? So I'm like, God, I see what you're doing for me. I see how you don't want me to stay busy, but you want me to stay, how can I say it? What's the word I'm looking for? Maybe not busy. He just wanted me to like stay on the clear path that he has for me and not to run this light. But I say all this to say, like, if you are someone who is constantly worrying and worrying and worrying, and eventually you realize that no good has come out of worrying. I mean, honestly, what good is it? Like, if you really think about it, what good is going to come out of you worrying? What else is going to benefit you that's going to come out of worrying? So when I literally said, God, I'm giving my burdens to you because this is not my burden to carry, I'm not worrying about any of this anymore. It's going to get figured out. There's been times before where I thought that it wouldn't work out, and it did. And that was my mindset back then. You know, I was worrying about it, and it eventually worked out for the better. And then now I'm thinking, okay, well, why would I even need to worry when I know that I've been in situations before that have been, you know, a lot worse than this, and it always worked itself out. God always worked it out. So if you're someone who is constantly worrying, really think about that. Really meditate on that and be like, yo, what value is worrying giving to me? It's giving you absolutely nothing. And I'm just saying, going into my year 31, I am no longer worrying. I'm no longer stressing about things that are not in my control. In addition to thanking and praising God for what he's about to do and what he's already done for me. Because we've all been in situations before where we thought that we couldn't get through it, but we did. And look at us now. It's just crazy to me how, yes, my frontal lobe probably has developed, or it probably still is developing. I don't know what it is, but I'm just thankful to be in this space to understand that, like, literally worrying does not do anything. It does not do anything. And once I realized that I'm not going to worry about it, like I'm not going to stress on it, and literally not even just saying it, but walking in it and believing in it and having faith that things will work out regardless of what I see and what I know, you know, that is way far beyond my control. That is when the blessings start to overflow. That's when things just start to work out. So if you're someone who's watching this and you continuously worry, I'm telling you right now, stop worrying. Literally stop worrying. Stop worrying about things that are out of control and worry about the things that you do have control over. And you do have control over. Thank you, God, and praising him for things that are come to advance, for what he's doing in your life right now, for the things that you don't see, for the things that he sees. Like, just meditate on the good things. Because if you think about it, would God worry? No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't worry. I just had to share that with y'all because that really just touched me. And they are speeding. People in Vegas, man, y'all need to slow it down. But I just wanted to share that because it was on my heart. And if you're worrying, stop worrying. It's not adding any value. None to your life. It's not going to make you live longer. It's not going to give you more money. It's not going to make you happy. Give it to God and let it go. Because God does not want us to worry. We are trying to do so much for no reason at all. He literally told us he literally told us for us to give him our burdens. They're not ours to carry. Stop worrying. That's it. And that's all.